Hello and welcome to my channel, the so-called travel expert. And this time we are not in the mountains in Switzerland, but we are in the beautiful city of Paris. I am here as a tour guide for my parents. And let's see what we can show them in the next 24 hours. So come join us for this adventure. The most important thing to consider is what type of travel pass to buy, and that depends on where you live in Paris. So we were staying in zone 4, and that's why we bought a pass which covers unlimited travel from zone 1 central Paris to zone 4, and the best option for that is the Mobilis one-day pass. With that you are entitled to free travel on the RER trains as well as the metro, underground or the buses. Unlimited travels allowed within the 24 hours, so the ticket is valid up till 12 midnight. Here's a demonstration on how to purchase the day pass from the automated machines. You need to choose English as the language or any other preferred option. And as a tourist, it's quite likely that you won't have a Navigo pass, so just click on the right hand side then. Now, there's a huge range of choice which makes it quite confusing, but all you have to do is to search for the Mobilis Day Pass option. I chose the option zones 1 to 4 because we were staying in zone 4 and all the attractions in central Paris are in zone 1. You can pay either by cash or by card, and the tickets are printed out at the bottom. The RER trains and the metro offer a very convenient mode of transportation between the various Paris attractions. Now, if you don't want to go through the hassle of buying a travel pass and going to all of the tourist attractions by yourself, you could also just buy a bus pass for the big bus tour. Costs around 35 or 38 euros and is valid for 24 hours. And the best part is that this bus just drops you off at those tourist attractions. So it's kind of the hop on, hop off bus. The double deckers of this big bus tour company keep on circling around the Paris attractions, and you can just hop on and hop off. And I think the maximum waiting time is probably just around 30 minutes or so. So if you don't want to navigate the system yourself, this option is highly recommended. But since I knew how to navigate the system using the metros and the bus, I did not see it important or necessary to spend 38 euros on the big bus pass. Another option I can also recommend is doing the boat tours if you're into that. So these boats actually just travel starting either from the Notre Dame or the Eiffel Tower and take you on a 1-hour circular trip on the various attractions along the river. However, these can get quite crowded as you see in these videos, and so that is not my cup of tea. So if you're in Paris only for a short time, this would be my recommendation. You can start your visit or your trip at the Notre Dame. You can then head off to the Louvre, although I'm not sure you can manage to see the whole of the Louvre museum within a few hours. So just skip the museum and just enjoy the ambience on the outside. From there on you can head to the Place de la Concorde, onwards onto the Arc de Triomph, and then onto the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower especially I would recommend trying to go in the evenings or just when the sun sets, because that's when you actually get the best views of the tower with the lights switched on. Here are some glimpses of the Paris landmarks that we visited, and our first stop was the Notre Dame Cathedral. This place is currently undergoing restoration following a fire in 2019, and therefore you can only view it from the outside. So we have just seen the Notre Dame, which had burnt a few years ago. and now we are heading off to the Louvre Museum, which is just a 5-minute walk from here. This museum is enormous and covers all the buildings that you see in this panoramic shot. This is also the place where the famous Mona Lisa painting is displayed, and so it is also quite popular with the tourists. So we have just passed the Louvre Museum and on our way to Place de la Concorde, you come across this huge garden, Tuileries, however it's pronounced. It's just a massive garden, and because there's a heat wave now in Paris, you can find all the tourists trying to stay in the shade and cool down. And soon after I'd taken this video, the security got there and kicked us all out as it was not permitted to enter the lawns. We then went to the Place de la Concorde, which was a bit of a disappointment, and quickly moved on to the Arc de Triomphe. This is another very popular tourist attraction, but it is best visited at night. Looks beautiful, doesn't it, under the lights? It was now dinner time and we were craving South Indian food, and that's why we head off in the vicinity of the Gare du Nord, which is a train station. We decided to try out the restaurant Chennai Dosa. We decided to try out the onion uttapam and the masala dosa. Now this wasn't a posh fancy restaurant, but it was a small family run place with a very friendly vibe to it. The food looked delicious and tasted even better. And after dinner, we made it to the Eiffel Tower just as the sun was setting. It was also a bit funny to see the Instagrammers and social influencers lining up in the middle of the road to take their selfies, totally oblivious of the traffic. And here is a shot of one of the dinner cruises sailing past the Eiffel Tower at night. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please do leave a positive comment, and yes, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.